Let's compare Pebeo's Violet Blue Iridescent Paint with Pearlescent Duo Red Blue. Now both have some iridescence to it. The Pebeo paint is an acrylic paint, so you just paint with it like any normal acrylic paint, whereas the Pearlescent is a mica powder. So it doesn't have any binding agent on its own. You can mix it with different mediums. You could even mix it with resin. I'm going to mix it with some gel medium here so that I can use it on paper. If I were to try paint or put it onto paper on its own, once it dried, there'd be nothing holding it there, so it would be able to be rubbed right off. So you definitely need to mix it with something in order for it to stick, or even stick it on, say, a die cut that has some double-sided tape on it, or use an adhesive. Now I can mix it with the gel medium and just put it onto the paper with my palette knife, but the cool thing about mixing it with gel medium is I can also use it with a stencil. Now if I use the Pebeo with a stencil, I could just stencil that image and I would get the image, but with the gel medium I also get the structure or the raised texture part of it. So it's cool to be able to have the option to do whichever one you want depending on the look that you're going for the project that you're making. To put it through a stencil, I just use my palette knife and I make it even or level with the top part of the stencil so that I have an even amount throughout the whole thing. And then I let it dry for probably about an hour to make sure it's fully dried. And obviously this would work with any stenciled image, but both of them are great for using. The acrylic paint one I typically just paint with, but the Perfect Pearls has so many more options depending on what you mix it with.